Right now, I'd say I don't see one player in that team that is world class now.
Arsenal ain't got any world class players. No.
But you don't got all these world class players. Why you not winning the league? But anyway. Welcome back to another episode of Inside Scoop. Of course, it's myself, Culture Camps, and this is, should we call it a bonus episode?
Yeah, we're giving you another one, man.
Yeah.
You know, like in anime, it's a little filler.
Yeah. This
filler.
is a bonus episode. Of course, we want to give you different type of content, so we're going to attack you with this one. We got Moses again, of course. He's in the booth.
Yo.
Of course, my co-host, HP like the sauce,
We are
Harry
winning.
Pinero.
We are winning.
And today's one is a little bit more of a debate, a little bit of a discussion, because I see it all the time. You know, everyone's always talking about world class. There's two words in football which I don't think people can really define: world class and generational. But today we're going to talk about world class. So I saw something on Twitter. Somebody asked a question. Unfortunately, I can't remember the @ so we can't put it up. But they asked, in each team in the top 6, how many world class players are in each team? And I was seeing numbers. Somebody said Man City have 13. Somebody said Arsenal have 8. Somebody said United have 6. I was like, wow. Like, what is the definition of world class? So before we get into our list, we'll start from Arsenal and then down. What is world class to you? I'll start with you, HP.
For me, when I look at world class, I define it of the attributes that the player has and how good they are at that. So if a player, for me, for example, a striker, is able to score left foot, right foot, score any amount of goals, score against big teams. The occasion never fumble. He never fumbles. For me, that's a world-class player because you're proving yourself against the best teams, best players, and it's consistent. I think sometimes with world-class, the reason why people have changed the way it's supposed to be defined is because of the stats. If a player scores 50 goals in a season, but they're all tap-ins, he's world-class. Look at his stats. But I look at the eye test. When I watch you for 90 minutes, how do you influence the game? People like, there's been talks about players like Hazard. Was Hazard world class? Of course he was. Just because he didn't get bare goals, he done enough in the team. So I think for me, it's when a player's undoubtedly great in every attribute that they have, whether or not they're defender, goalkeeper, attacker, whatever it is. So that's how I would define world class. I'd look at that and be like, can you, when it comes to big games, how good are you? Does the occasion get to you? And I think that's how we define. I would anyway.
That's a good definition.
Moses is like, just going off the back of what you were saying in terms of attributes and stuff. I believe that does have a part to play when it comes to world class. But for me, every single footballer at the elite level, technically, tactically, physically, is at a level kind of thing. Of course, you get the ones the aliens, that we've seen, that we know. For me, you have to be world class. You have to be top 5 best players in your position.
See, I have a big. See, I knew. I was waiting for that. I have a big. No.
Wait, let me finish though. Let me finish though. Let get up.
Calm down, man. You're gonna get some.
And being able to handle pressure, how you play in your position in the biggest games. So Champions League. Biggest stages, I should say, even Champions League, Premier League, or La Liga, whatever. World Cup, Euros, kind of thing. How do you perform internationally and also club level? So top 5 attributes and how you handle pressure.
It's world class is a hard one because I feel a lot of times it comes down to feeling as well. It comes down to just how you feel about when you mentioned it with the eye test. I think a lot of it comes down to the eye test. I think consistently playing at an elite level is what consistently playing at an elite level and being the difference maker, I think is what defines world class. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So obviously there's world class and there's elite, but I think consistently playing at elite level and being the difference maker is what is world class for me. You know what I mean? The top 5 thing, I have to disagree because, for example, let's look at left backs in football right now, right? I don't think that's a very blessed position.
No.
The 5th best left back in the world, he's I don't think he's world class. I mean, I think with me, I look at it. I know I shouldn't do this, but I also look at some players. When I start saying elite, like the elites, I say those are the players that can play in any era, any time, whenever, and they would have smashed it up. Yeah, I mean, let's say Kevin De Bruyne, he's elite. Put Kevin De Bruyne in 2005, he's mashing it up. Put Kevin De Bruyne in 1999, he's mashing it up. That's how I see it. There's some players that you're like, are they new to the system? Is it because there's wing backs? Is it? But people like KDB, mate, drop me anywhere. I'm gonna do a madness. So those are the elites, but the world class, I just think is consistently playing at a top level. That's what I would say is well, matching with the eye test. But I just think the top 5 thing. I just think football. Maybe I'm being a bit nostalgic, but I just think the quality across the game for pure individuals isn't as high as it used to be. So when you start getting to the top 5, like, all right, let's say top 5 strikers. I remember Lukaku was saying, when you mentioned Benzema, when you mentioned Lewandowski, you mentioned me. I'm like, hold on a second. So now let's say Haaland, he's world class. Lewandowski, he's world class. Benzema's gone to Saudi now, so do we now remove him from these conversations?
No, bro, with what he's done for the game.
Okay, cool.
He's not even world class.
Why they still playing?
Benzema, okay, Harry Kane. Now, when you get to that 5th striker, is that 5th striker really world class?
It depends, innit? Because, again, what you mentioned about Lukaku's quote, I don't think anyone believed what he was saying. Like, let's just be real, innit? Like, I don't think anyone did.
It's how serious he said that.
He said, man, serious, isn't it?
Yeah, like, I don't think anyone believed that. Like, I think that was just his confidence, innit? Like, when you look at Lukaku, I think Lukaku's a great striker. I don't think anyone can call him rubbish. I think, yes, he's not as prolific, but that's the difference. Some of the chances that Lukaku gets, Haaland's eating that up. Lewandowski's eating that up. Kane's eating that up. Benzema's eating it up. So the level has to be consistent. I think consistency is a big part of being world class. Yeah, like when you look at people like, for example, now I'm not saying this player is world class, but I'm saying consistent. James Milner. Yeah, James Milner for me 7 to 8 out of 10 every performance. Now he doesn't do anything that's like wow, but it's the consistency. Now the level that will make him world class would be if you do something next out of the extraordinary, being the difference. So if every game it's James Milner that's scoring a rocket launcher, or if it's James Milner that done whatever he's doing, there's evidence to back up that this player is different from the rest. So I think with Lukaku's statement, he's not on that level. He's a great striker, but world class. Will he be remembered as, when Lukaku had them 3-4 seasons at this club, he was crazy because they won this, they won that. Football also comes with trophies as well. What do you win from it? So that's why when we look at people like Harry Kane, we say he's a world-class finisher. Player is, did you change?
He's a world-class player.
I agree. I think he's a world-class player, but because his position is finished.
But it's why it's up for debate.
That's exactly. It's because of the fact that he's not winning no trophies to it. It's because we're in that stat era where it's like, okay, where's the trophy? Okay, but my man won, like for example, Emerson. The only player to win all of these things. Is Emerson even up there with any of these players? No. So that's why I said sometimes it's a bit flawed based on how many trophies you've won. You could just be part of a great team. So let's get into I
think there's we'll get into the player, but I just think it's a made up word, bro. I think it's such a made up word because honestly, I'm sitting here and just gave my definition that I think you could, if I had to go to a Harvard scholar and say this is what world class is, this is it. But thinking about some of the players that I think might be world class through these top 6 that we're going to get into, I'm contradicting myself. Like
I feel like you have to do it for errors.
Because I'm gonna go off basically what we've all just said, and I'm actually gonna go off what I genuinely believe is world class, and I can only go off, for example, these 2 players that we've got in the background. Undoubtedly, they are world class. Why? Because we saw them play at the highest level consistently through an era of, like you mentioned, the quality of players that was available back then was ridiculous. If I get on my phone right now, the Ballon d'Or list, the top 50 players,
it's laughable.
I can guarantee you to say 40 of those players, you would say they're world class.
No.
So, do you know what I'm trying to say? Because they're all retired now. Whereas with now, it's generally based on, all right, cool. So he scored 15 goals, got 34 assists. All right, cool. We'll put him in there. He has to be in the running. Whereas there could be 9 games in that season where he didn't do nothing. And I don't remember seeing a game where Ronaldinho didn't try, and even if they might have lost, but he was the change maker in trying to make chances. Zidane, another one, didn't score hundreds of goals, but you know his influence in that team. So it's like
and talent as
the
well.
talent
we
as well.
forget about it. None of us have said the word talent.
No,
Talent.
but I don't think talent just
it's a
makes
given,
you
though.
world class.
But don't you think it-
Ravel Morrison, for example.
I knew
Yeah.
you was there,
No.
Yeah,
Don't get
yeah.
to it. I'm not saying Ravel Morrison.
But it's
He
a
obviously
part
has
of
to
it.
do it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like, if a super talented player is mashing work and a grafter is mashing work, both to the same kind of like level, you're gonna put the talented one as the better player, of course.
Lionel
because-
Messi and Ronaldo.
There we go. I don't like how people kind of downplay Ronaldo's
No,
talent.
I don't think you can
Do
downplay
you know what I mean?
it. I think I saw an interview that Rio did, with Henry, 2014 or 2015. They posted it on 5 earlier. And it was basically Rio asking Henry, who do you think is the best player out of Messi and Ronaldo? And he basically said, with Messi, that's like a God-given talent that you can't even understand because there's no one like him. Whereas Ronaldo, you've seen the graft. Like, you've genuinely seen how since we signed, he got
my
better
only thing
and
with
better.
that is, does that mean that Messi didn't graft?
No, I'm not saying that.
No, I'm
I just
But you
think
look at videos of Messi
when you
he's
look at it
6.
from young,
He's doing the same
like
thing.
Ronaldinho, you see
Yeah.
videos of him from young.
That's-
Like,
yeah.
there's just certain things you're
something
just
special.
born. You're
Yeah.
just born with it, bro. It's like, and good teams, good coaches, good
Yeah.
whatever make you become this player that we're talking about,
Yeah,
arguably
yeah.
the best ever. So it's like talent is one thing, but it's how you nurture the talent and it's
Yeah.
how your mentality as well. So mentality is a massive part of it as
Yeah,
well. Because
yeah.
the reason why Ronaldo CR7 is considered one of the best, if not the best ever, is because of not only his talent, but his hard work, his dedication, how he looks after his body. I don't think when I look at Messi, I think athlete. I think you're just the best.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, them type of things, isn't it? So
All
right, let's get
it's
into-
subjective. So we start
It's
with
definitely
Arsenal.
subjective.
It's subjective, but we tried to give our definitions, people. But
And let us know in the comments what you guys think
Yeah.
your
defines world class. But all right, cool. Let's start with Arsenal. See, this is where I kind of think I'm contradicting myself a little bit, because I think I'm gonna go put my first name in the hat.
Yeah.
And I don't know what you lot think, but I think currently, see, this is the thing. I have to use these kind of words.
Currently.
I
I'm
think,
not using that for mine though. I'm going off.
I think currently Bukayo Saka is world class. Currently, when I look at his position, you struggle to name. Okay, Mo Salah. You struggle to name a better right winger in the game at this present moment, in my opinion. And now, does that mean, because I do think the right wing market is getting weaker?
saturated
I
as well.
do, but international, I think he steps up for England.
Yep.
2 tournaments, I've been like, well done, Saka. Arsenal, he's done his thing. Now the question mark is, of course, he hasn't played in the Champions League, but none of these Arsenal players really have. So it's hard to kind of say, do they have 0 world-class players? Yeah, I mean, I think Saka currently is a world-class right winger. I think, I'm not going to put it yet, but I think Saliba by the end of the season will be world-class. I think he's already a world-class talent.
Yeah.
He
Talent,
is
yeah.
Talent, yeah.
Talent, for
ridiculous.
sure.
He's a world-class talent. And it's kind of like, why do I have to wait to see him? Why do I have to wait?
I think
But
history
again,
will
it's
show
about
you.
consistency.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
if he fell off tomorrow, if he has a bad season tomorrow, you're going to feel stupid. So I'm going to say Saliba's on his way. I think Odegaard's on his way. And I think Saka is currently, for his position, world-class.
I would agree with the Saka thing. I think for the talent, I would say he's a world-class talent right now. I think we still haven't seen the full version of Saka. I think if he continues going in this way, it'll be undoubtable that he's literally elite. Yeah. For me though, I think Odegaard is a world-class talent. I think he's the
100%.
closest thing to world-class at Arsenal for me. I think when you look at the way Arsenal have played over the last 2 seasons, especially last season, Odegaard being in that team makes it all work. He's close control. He's able to pick a pass. He can shoot. I just think he's a difference maker in a lot of it. And I think when we're talking about my attributes, my definition of what a world-class player is, I think it's the attributes that Odegaard possesses. I think that whole number 10 is a dying art, but I think he's one of the last bright
Holding
sparks
it down.
of what a number 10 is. And I think that's the type of player that I watched growing up. The the people in that position, Kaka, Ozil. You know what I'm trying to
Remember
say?
Isco?
The Isco.
When
Isco was hot.
Isco was
Like,
his
he's
go.
another player that at the time you'd say, yeah, Isco's world class.
Yeah.
But then now, as time has gone on, it's like, but he was world class for that period of time. So, I would say Odegaard. I would agree with you with your Saliba shout. I think Saliba showed last season what an incredible defender he is and what he can potentially be.
And when he was out, you could see the difference.
You saw the way, and some people say that's why Arsenal gave away the league because even though it's big cap. But yeah, I would say that would be my three.
So you've got 3.
Yeah, I would say 3.
I've got 1-ish, but I'm happy to go with 3.
Yeah.
I'm happy to go with 3 as well.
I'm happy to agree with the 3 names that I've mentioned. Do I think that they are world-class players right now?
Nah.
No.
Yeah, but I think they're talented.
Based on my definition when I said top 5, I should have added over a substantial period, like 5 years.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
example,
okay.
right, to make it, because top 5 now is different to top 5 over 5 years, consistency-wise, right? I agree with you that I think Odegaard's probably the closest to world class right now out of the 3 of them. Saka is showing that
I'm a
right
madness.
now, literally, like I am him for England and for Arsenal. But I will say this: I think it's only Odegaard that's played Champions League.
And he's probably sparingly as well.
Yes, exactly that. So we need to see them playing at
that level.
level kind of thing. Seen it international for Saka. Saliba hasn't got into the French team like that.
Yeah, just a question though. That's you're actually right.
Do you know what I mean?
Saliba has even played for France like that.
So it's hard to say.
It's hard because they're such a young team.
That's why I
innit?
said talent.
Yeah,
rather than
talent. Yeah,
because
So if we're keeping a buck, Arsenal ain't got any world class players right now.
yeah, I would
If
say
we're
that.
keeping up-
I would say that, and I think a lot of the teams in the Premier League don't. 'Cause
I agree. I think a lot do.
it's a young Premier League, you know. When you think of the players that are great right now for their clubs, I think they're very young. So I would go on. So
A little objection for just the Arsenal fans that I know what they'll say. Why do they have to prove themselves against Bate Borisov and these type of teams in the Champions League group stage to prove that they're world class? I saw some people saying that. Now, do we say, okay, now you have to do it in the last 16? That's where the judgment starts. Does the judgment start in the quarterfinals, semis, or all right? Let's say the Champions League comes along, Saka smashes up 6 goals in the group stages. Is that now we say he's world class?
All right.
Rashford has done
Can I
that
ask a
before, by the
question?
way. We didn't call him world class.
Just ask a question based on your question. I'm going off history. Van Nistelrooy never won a Champions League.
No.
And he only won 1 Premier League, right? Is he world class?
He was, yeah.
Yes, he was.
My point is there. You saw it over consistency, regardless of
Over
the
the time,
team. I
yeah.
think, he's one of the highest goal scorers in the Champions League.
Okay.
It's like when it comes down to like we're playing, and it could be Real Madrid are better than us, but Van Nistelrooy is showing that give me a chance, I'm going to take it. That's for me is where you the lines are no more blurred. When your chance comes, you take it. Like you see players in games, and then we're all human beings where this is the chance that you need to do to take it. I remember, for example, Daniel Welbeck against Bayern Munich, 1-on-1 with Neuer, he tried to chip him.
Yeah.
Those you finish that.
Those are the moments you're like.
Those are the moments. So
You're
it's
like,
about
yeah,
the
boom.
moments that can make that can change the game.
Yeah.
That's what these players
Because
are.
you have those
And
moments as
to be
well.
fair, it's right because especially because we've seen Saka as well. Like he tailed away at the back end of last season as well. In the last 2 seasons as well.
I'll give that to fatigue more than anything. I wouldn't say that's down to him.
Yeah, that's fair. You gave a good shout as well. Saliba hasn't even really broke through internationally yet, and as well. So do you know what? It's a good point. I think they are the 3 world-class talents of Arsenal's team, and I think they will be there.
Yeah, they will definitely
be there. All right, let's move on from Arsenal. Let's get on to Chelsea. I think Chelsea have 0.
Yeah.
I think they have 0 world-class players.
It's a shame because Raheem Sterling, for me, playing at City, he showed some tendencies of being
He showed
world
very
class.
consistency,
And
yeah.
of course, at England as well, I thought he was England's best player over.
No, actually, you know what? I would say for Raz, Defo, his career, he can say I was a world-class player. Because I think
so.
He's had a world-class career.
Yeah, world-class career. I think for me, Liverpool, Suarez, Sturridge, SAS, I think they were just mad. It's just that the other teams were better. But for them, they were incredible. I think for City, a big part of their success has come from Sterling. So if we're judging him based off his career, I think yes. I think currently, though, you're in a team that you are not in a team. You're just playing for Chelsea. I think the way that system has been, hasn't showcased maybe his talents. He's probably getting a bit older now, so it's like we're seeing the latter stages of his best. But right now, I'd say I don't see one player in that team that is world class now. However, talent-wise and potential, there's a lot of them.
There's a lot, yeah.
There's
for
Enzo,
sure.
I think, is good. Mudryk, I don't know about that right now.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. And Nkunku, we don't know about that as well. So
Reason
it's a
why
lot
I'm-
of question marks.
Reason why
One
I'm
day.
not, yeah,
One day.
Reason why I'm not really too sure about Mudryk is because we've seen players come from the team. that he's
Actually,
come
no,
from.
I'm lying. Thiago Silva.
Okay, yeah.
Do you reckon he's still world class?
Sorry, bro. He's still world
I'm not.
class.
He's not
bro.
even about still.
He's world class,
because
bro.
he's playing. He hasn't retired.
Yeah,
Thiago
yeah.
He's
Silva
world class.
is
Yeah,
a
but then
madness.
He's
You-
won,
you-
he
but
won the
then-
Champions League for the first time with Chelsea as well. At
Yeah.
what, 35, 36?
But then that's like saying Cristiano Ronaldo is still world class.
No, but you just
Because he's
still
around
put
it.
him in
No,
that.
yeah, like he's a
that
world class
bracket.
player.
He's a
bro.
world-class player.
So
Fair
I'll go
enough.
Thiago
Yeah.
Silva.
Currently, he's not
No,
performing. at
but
world-class,
my only
yeah.
thing is, if Thiago Silva is world class, then we have to say, right now, Saka's world class.
No, but we're
Nah,
I'm
man.
not saying that Thiago Silva's world class right now.
Oh, you're just
I'm
saying
saying as a player, he's a world class.
I would put him
That's
in.
that honorary award.
Yeah, like, if I'm going off the fact of like 5 years,
Okay.
that 5 year span, Thiago Silva.
Okay,
yeah,
all right,
world class for
that's
sure.
fair. All right, let's go Man United. I'm gonna say, I
Varane?
believe Man United have only one.
Casemiro.
I think Casemiro.
Casemiro, fair enough.
I think Casemiro is world class. I think he's a top 2 in his position alongside Rodri.
Yeah.
I think he showed it last season as well. The season before,
Yeah.
Champions League final, unbelievable. Arguably the man of the match other than Courtois.
So not Varane.
Career different.
I'll put
Varane.
Varane in there as well.
Varane.
I think.
My thing is, I actually think there's a couple man better than Varane though.
No, I do. I
sure.
honestly do. But I think that man's a presence in that defense.
It's
Yeah,
excellent. Defender's defender.
yeah, he is that. And I think when him and Lissandro are together, yeah, they get the best out of each other. And I think there was a period of time where we was close to the title, quote unquote. Like we was near City by 5 points or Arsenal by 7 or whatever it may be. And I think there was a moment where they didn't concede and they didn't lose together, and then obviously injuries and all that other stuff has messed that up. So I think Varane has to be his world
We've
class.
seen enough of Varane, yeah, to know that
He's
He
not
can play
on
at
our
world
level.
class level.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
he's been pivotal in the France team, in the Madrid team, and bear in mind he was very young in the Madrid teams that won. Was it 5?
Yeah. He's got
Four.
He's got 4.
Champions.
Yeah,
I think.
4. Like,
Yeah, he's got 4, yeah.
yeah, bro, he was pivotal in that.
No, has he got 4 or 5?
I think it might be.
I think he's got.
Because I know Cass got 5.
Has he
Yeah.
got? Oh no, he's got 5. He
Yeah,
was
he's
there
got
in
5.
13, 14.
Yeah,
He's got 5.
Yeah,
He's got
yeah.
5.
Do you know,
Jesus,
like even though
Lord.
like in terms of ability wise and like passing with his feet and whatnot, I wouldn't say he's one of the best at doing that, but he has been pivotal and had those moments that we talk about as a defender for Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Of course, he's still early on at United. I mean, if we look at that, for
He's
France as well,
one of the best
gotta be-
inbox
he's gotta be.
defenders in the game, man.
Yeah, so I'd say
Yeah.
2.
You
So-
say 2.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, fans are gonna look at this and be like, "Oh, but you don't got all these world class players. Why you not winning the league?" But anyway.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna say everyone's got their own opinion. Of course, it's mainly for the viewers anyway to decide. Man City. Now with Man City, these are who I think they've got. Right, Stones, I think is world class. Rodri,
Yep.
Erling Haaland,
Yep.
KDB, Edison.
Bernardo's still there, so I'll say Bernardo.
Do you think Bernardo as well?
Garro?
Bernardo, yeah. Bernardo.
Garro.
I'm gonna say, and then is Ruben Diaz? I've seen Ruben Diaz for 2 tournaments for Portugal stink this place up, man.
Can I be real with you? Yeah.
He's a very good defender. Though. He's a very good.
He's a very
defender.
good defender.
But
Very good.
would you put him world class just yet?
But it's mad to say because
know.
I've seen.
He's 20.
This is
he's
what
20,
I'm saying. I
24?
I genuinely
24?
hate the word world class,
Bro.
I'm doing this, but I hate the word world class.
I think
bro.
we have.
I hate
I
it.
think we have to put
Because
him there. You know?
I'm like, if you put Van Dijk in world class,
I ain't putting
I'm just saying.
We'll
I'm
get
saying
to that.
if, we'll get to that. But if then Ruben
Diaz is better than
yes,
Van Dijk right now.
and I think Ruben Diaz has shown consistently that he's good.
He's done the treble as well, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's world class. I'll just put it.
He's got it.
Yeah,
Bro,
we don't know nothing.
Bro, he's done the treble.
This is subjective, guys. It's subjective. Don't
Yeah.
kill me. But
Yeah.
I think he's world class.
He's world
He's
class.
made some big-
So we're
big
saying
challenges as well.
7. City have 7 world class players.
Like there's undisputed, not 13.
Yeah.
No.
Mahrez, I love Mahrez.
No, he's not
but
world
he's
class.
not world class.
I think a player that I think can definitely be world class if they continue play. Oh, actually, I would say Kyle Walker's world class.
Oh
you know?
yeah, I would.
Not anymore.
No, of
Nah,
course.
allow me, Cams, man.
no,
Look,
no,
Cam-
not anymore.
Cam, he
Allow
locked
me,
Vinny.
bro.
He locked Vinny. He locked Vinny.
Mbappe as well.
Come on, man.
Bro, no, he's welcome. In my opinion, this is just my opinion.
Kyle
Kyle
Walker. Hey, look, Kyle Walker might be
the best
right back
in the Premier League's ever had. Yeah.
ever.
Yeah, but arguably, yeah.
Yeah.
What's the
Arguably.
argument?
So that's
Arguably.
Here's the argument, bro.
Don't forget G-Nev.
Yeah, no, G-Nev.
Yeah. Kyle Walker.
Yeah, Kyle Walker's world class, bro.
You think he's world class?
I'm
Bro,
Gareth.
if we're saying he's one of the best right backs
In the
Premier
world,
League history,
in the world, man.
This is my thing, though. This is my thing.
God damn it!
And this is why I feel like I'm a harsh critic, yeah, because
You're an African parent at parents' evening.
Look like your cousin.
Yeah, they'll tell you he's got 10 A stars. He goes, not A star plus, not plus.
You know what I mean? No plus.
That's the
What
thing
else
that
do
I
you
feel
need?
like. This is what I mean about the quality, the individual quality, because like I think I get it because Kyle Walker probably is one of the best right backs in the world, but does that mean he's world class?
Yes.
This is what I mean.
Yes.
Like, bro,
Man's just
contradicting himself, bro. Like,
Hey, yo, this is the thing that. But then Mahrez is world class then because he's one of the best in his position.
Yeah,
like,
but-
how
yeah,
do we? That's
but
why I hate this.
I
You know,
hate
if
what
we're
you're
being
saying.
real, Morris actually is world class. He's world class.
This is the thing.
You know, he might. No, because Leicester as well. He won the Premier League, Leicester, bro. And you're pivotal.
Do you know what it is?
Bro.
It's early, guys. That's what you got to remember. It's early. We filmed quite early, innit?
God.
Mahrez has to be world class. I'm so
my
sorry.
God.
Because when you was mentioning about Saka, about the right wingers, whatever, Mahrez would be up there with one of the best right wingers. in the world.
Mahrez both
but then
feet,
this
you
is what I
know.
mean. Is
And
it
it's because Mahrez doesn't play every game that people
That's
forget.
the only reason.
It's because he doesn't play every game.
Because Pep has.
Mahrez cutting in on his left hand side is so like Robin in terms of you don't
Synonymous
know
with a goal.
what you can. There's nothing you can do. Like, and he's techie, great. So, for example, like Kevin De Bruyne, who's spoken about, who's got the best touch. Mahrez, like the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
touch,
course, yeah.
When you get the ball to him, touch. He's quick. He can pass. Doesn't really make blunders. He does. He plays that position very, very well, and he's been doing it since. Forget even Man City from Leicester, where he won the league. So for me personally,
I think with the world class is so. Right now, there's so many players that can just drop in and drop out, and this is why I never really talk about world class. I talk about elites because elites they ain't dropping in, they ain't dropping out. There's just no debate about it. Do you know what I mean? So with the world class thing, I just think it has been a little bit watered down because we're talking about talents. Foden's a world class talent, but is he a world class player? Probably not. But every time people ask me about the Foden Saka debate, I'm always like, I think Foden's a little bit better, but Saka's doing his dirt right now. So I've just said that Saka's probably world class, but I just said that Foden's not. But then I kind of think Foden is a little bit better than Saka. It kind of doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's move on from City.
So
we'll leave those to
that's
the.
9.
So we've got about 8. You know what I mean? But again, this is for the viewers to decide. You know what I mean? We're throwing the names in the hats. You guys let us know. So we said Man United, we said City, we said Chelsea, we said Arsenal. Let's get to Spurs. I think it's pretty easy.
Harry Kane.
Only Harry.
Yeah,
I think
let's move.
the Harry Kane.
So Harry Kane.
That's
Yeah,
one.
very
Do you know
quick.
what I mean? Simple as that.
Liverpool.
We move on to Liverpool. I think this one's a little bit interesting. I've got for Liverpool 2.
Who's the 2 you got?
Got Mo Salah and I got Trent.
I've also got.
I think those 2 are world class.
You didn't put
Oh, sorry. 3.
Alisson.
Alisson.
You got Alisson.
3.
Yeah, for
3.
Sure, for sure. Yeah, I can't. Van Dijk for me, because of what he means to me. When he came in, like we won Champions League, we won the Prem. He was one of the pieces that we were missing because we've had some bozos play centre back kind of thing. He's obviously made some mistakes, but you didn't really see the mistakes he was making until like 4 years, 3-4 years. Like last season, maybe a little bit of season before kind of thing. And that's due to injury, coming back from injury. I can't not put him in there.
Yeah, same.
As a Liverpool fan and a fan of football, I can't not put him in there.
Yeah.
As a world-class player.
I just don't
I know.
Van
I
Dijk
think
has felt
it's recency biased though. I think.
What, Van Dijk?
With Van Dijk,
Van Dijk isn't a world-class player because, bro, they were talking about Van Dijk like, yo, like up there with like the Rios and the Vidics. You know what I'm trying to say? You know, like even Rio was saying that. You know what I'm trying to say?
Nah,
Like,
yeah, you're right. Yeah, look,
You feel me?
I think with recency bias, like you just said, yeah, the guy is incredible, bro. And when he was playing, yeah, it just looked so easy for
Rolls
him.
Royce.
Like it was a Rolls Royce. And to have that name under your belt as a Rolls Royce type of defender, you spoke about people like Rio and these players that are they glide through the pitch. And as defenders, you didn't really see him get done. Now, obviously, players have got better. So, of course, you're going to see some ice spice from him. You know what I'm saying? They say, he thought I was feeling you. And it's not his fault, bro. No, you don't thought I was feeling you, Dan. But yeah, I would say, like what Cam's just said, I think we go Alisson, Trent, Salah, and Van Dijk.
But the thing is, so now, to kind of put a pivot on that, if Van Dijk is world class, despite his fall off, then we have to say Robertson's world class.
I was going to say that.
Because Robertson was one of the best left backs in the world, and then now he had.
I just forgot Robertson because he's just such a consistent,
steady Eddie.
He's literally a steady Eddie. But we have to look at
Is Thiago, what Thiago?
No, you can do one.
Yeah, see,
No,
see?
you-
Let's put it in go to you, man. Relax.
No. We spoke about this before.
Technically, one of the best players.
Yeah, technically,
I've ever
One
seen.
of the
One of the best.
I'm going with 3.
I'm gonna say
4. I'm going 4.
Only reason, like Robertson, does have a case because in terms of assists, right next to Trent, I think it's the same amount of assists that he got.
I think he might
have
a little bit
more. I think he has more.
Yeah,
kind
the
of thing,
whole
like-
days, isn't it?
And he was up and down defensively more sound than Trent, but Trent's
quality is
attributes,
just-
his quality is nuts.
Yeah,
innit?
yeah.
That's why you're like Trent. He'll
Iron
give
Man.
you what he gives you. Like I'll never forget when Liverpool fans, Scousers, very very heart on their sleeve kind of thing. When he ran from left back
No, that
to
killed
right
me.
back
I was like, yeah,
to goalkeeper to centre back
Yeah.
to then
Passion
left back.
merchant,
I
man.
said crazy.
That's a
Passion
lot of
merchant.
stamps.
That
You know what I mean?
was
and then he got back in. I said,
That was that peak Klopp.
yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Hey.
That
I
depth
do
of
not.
that-
I do
that's
not.
what
Everyone had
I do not
asthma.
agree.
Bro, you know
That
what
was
I'm saying?
asthma time.
Listen, all right, that's our world class ones. I ain't gonna lie, it was messy.
Yeah.
I think we were changing our mind like 9
Yeah,
times.
9
through.
times. But that's how it
even
is.
so,
That's how
I'm
it
still
is.
changing my mind thinking about it right now. I think there's only a few elites though.
Yeah.
Bona fide elite players. We're talking KDB. I think we're talking Alisson.
Harry Kane.
I think we're talking Harry Kane.
Salah.
I think we're talking Mo Salah.
Yeah.
We're talking Rodri. I believe. I think Casemiro's in there as
Yeah.
well. Then you get a cluster of the world class. Are you in? Are you going to be there?
Our next episode should be though. Who do we reckon will be world class? Because that one
That's a
there
good one.
is based
That's a good
on
one.
what they're showing now. I think maybe during the season we can have a look and see what players that we mentioned now, if they'll be in the running for what we think is
That's a great idea.
Because there's playing at a world class level. There's actually been world class. There's so much kind of.
Because at one stage Almiron was playing at world class level. No, big man
Hey,
thing.
yo. He was cutting in and he was
Nah,
whipping
bro, he
him,
was
bro.
doing the man thing. The ricochets were ricocheting, blood.
Bro, it's true. You know
what
what
I
I
mean?
want to discuss as well? Not now. We're gonna do it probably in another episode. Is what is generational?
Ooh,
What is
that's good.
generational, and how many generational talents has there been? But we'll hey, listen,
Hey,
we
for
will
another
get
day.
into that. Listen,
Hey.
that was another episode
Yeah.
of the Inside Scoop, guys. Thank you for being with us, of course, as always. HP Moses. That's another episode. Make sure you like,
yes.
share, subscribe. That stuff
Tell
should
your
be
dad's
popping up anyway.
sisters, uncle, mum's
The
dog that we're here.
consistency.
You know what I'm trying to
We're
say? Tell
here,
them,
man.
they'll watch.
Wait until next season. It's
Love
about
what
to
you lot
go
are doing, by the
absolutely
way.
crazy.
Oh,
Yeah,
serious
bro.
stuff you lot are doing,
Appreciate
bro.
it,
Thank
man.
you,
brother,
so,
man.
taking the word by storm.
Yeah, and also you're going to be a regular guest because.
Oh, yeah, I'll be there,
we,
yeah.
We need guests.
Yeah,
We haven't got a
yeah.
budget.
We will be.
All right, big up, man.
Take care.